Happy Monday, everyone. I have another beautiful story and lesson for you. This one, I don't know the source because it's one of those lessons that I had on my archive of stories, but it's beautiful because it conveys the importance of teaching our children valuable lessons from life. I hope you enjoy the story. One young, academically excellent person went to apply for a managerial position in a big company. He passed the first interview. The director did the last interview and made the last decision. The director discovered from the CV that the youth's academic achievements were excellent all the way, from the secondary school until the postgraduate research. Never had a year when he did not qualify. The director asked, "Did you obtain any scholarships in school?" The young man answered, "None." The director then asked, "Was it your father who paid for your school fees?" The young man answered, "My father passed away when I was a year old. It was my mother who paid for my school fees." The director asked, "Where did your mother work?" The young man answered, "My mother works as a clothes washer." The director requested the young man to show his hands. The young man showed a pair of hands that were smooth and perfect. The director asked, "Have you ever helped your mother wash the clothes before?" The young man answered, "Never. My mother always wanted me to study and read more books. Furthermore, my mother can wash clothes faster than me." The director said, "I have a request. When you go back today, go and clean your mother's hands and then see me tomorrow morning." The young man felt that his chances of landing the job was high. When he went back, he happily requested his mother to let him clean her hands. His mother felt strange, happy, but with mixed feelings. She showed her hands to her son. The young man cleaned his mother's hands slowly. His tears fell as he did that. It was the first time he noticed that his mother's hands were wrinkled and there were so many bruises in her hands. Some bruises were so painful that his mother shivered when they were cleaned with water. This was the first time the young man realized that it was this pair of hands that washed the clothes every day to enable him to pay the school fees. The bruises in his mother's hands were the price that the mother had to pay for his graduation, academic excellence, and his future. After finishing the cleaning of his mother's hands, the young man quietly washed all the remaining clothes for his mother. That night, mother and son talked for a very long time. The next morning, the young man went to the director's office. The director noticed the tears in the young man's eyes and asked, "Can you tell me, what have you done and learned yesterday in your house?" The young man answered, "I cleaned my mother's hands and also finished cleaning all the remaining clothes." The director asked, "Please tell me your feelings." The young man said, "Well, number one, I now know what appreciation is. Without my mother, there wouldn't be the successful me today. Number two, by working together and helping my mother, only I now realize how difficult and tough it is to get something done. Number three, I have come to appreciate the importance and value of family relationship." The director said, "This is what I was looking for to be a manager. I want to recruit a person who can appreciate the help of others, a person who knows the suffering of others to get things done, and a person who could not put money as his only goal in life. You are hired." Later, this young man worked very hard and received the respect of his subordinates. Every employee worked diligently and as a team. The company's performance improved tremendously. A child who is protected and habitually given whatever he wants will develop an entitlement mentality and would always put himself first. He will be ignorant of his parents' efforts. When he starts work, he would assume that every person must listen to him. And when he becomes a manager, he will never know the suffering of his employees and would always blame others. For this kind of people who may be good academically, may be successful for a while, but eventually would not feel a sense of achievement. He will crumble and be full of hatred and fight for more. If you are this kind of protective parent, are you really showing love, or are you destroying your children instead? You can let your children live in a big house, eat a good meal, learn piano, watch a big screen TV. But when you are cutting the grass or cooking or doing chores around the house, please let them experience it. After a meal, let them pick up the plates and bowls. It is not because you do not have money to hire help, but it's because you want to love them in the right way. You want them to understand, no matter how rich their parents are, one day the hairs will go gray, same as the mother of the young man. And the most important thing is that your children learned how to appreciate the effort and experience the difficulty and learned the ability to work with others to get things done. I love this story because I see so much of me in the story. When I came to Canada, as a teenager, I had to work really hard. And, I worked 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. at night every day. And I had to save up all I could to put myself through university. And so I went through, tough times and hardships. And now that I have my own children, I see that there is a tendency in me to want to overprotect, and I don't want them to go through all the hardships that I had to endure and give them everything that I didn't have. But this story illustrates how it's equally important to let our children achieve things for themselves and to learn skills that can later help them in life and make them more resilient, and to show them really the value of money, the value of, how long things take to get done, and to achieving things in their own merit. Given that today is Monday, the first day of the week, let that be your theme. Each day this week, try to have your children help you around the house. Expose them to real-life lessons through your example. Teach them all the things that we can only learn from the hardships of life: empathy, compassion, humility, gratitude, resilience, teamwork. And the best way to teach them is by you being all those things yourself. Demonstrate by example and expose them to those valuable lessons. I hope you have enjoyed the story. Please don't forget to share it with as many people as possible. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am asking for your help to see if I can hit the 400 subscriber mark. Please help me achieve this goal. And I will see you next Monday with another inspirational story and lesson. In the meantime, stay grateful, stay safe, and be the change you want to see in your children. Thank you.